Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 5, Coal and Petroleum. In this chapter, we will read about different types of fuels and their characteristics, different types of resources, and the products which we get from this resource and their uses. First, see the activity here. Identify the source of energy. Different types of objects are given here, and we have to identify what is the source of energy for these. First is human being. The source of energy is the food which we eat. Second, cooking, and here the source of energy is the fuel which we provide to it. That is, either it is in the form of LPG, coal, wood, etc. Then running a car, the source of energy is petrol or diesel. Same as running a truck or bus. Burning a candle, here the source of energy is the wax. So, in each case, the source of energy is required. So, we need fuel to run all these. And what is fuel? So, fuel is a form of energy. We need fuel to run various modes of transport, machines, factories, and cooking and production of electricity. This fuel, it primarily comes from coal, petroleum, and natural gas. And these sources are present on the earth in a limited quantity. So first, the sources. Resource, it is two types, the natural resource and man-made resource. That means the resource which we get from nature is known as natural resource. And some things are there which are made by man. They are known as man-made or artificial resource. Natural resource is again of two types, exhaustible and inexhaustible resource. Exhaustible, that means which can get exhausted. It will come to an end if we use it in large quantity or in unlimited way. And inexhaustible, which is present in unlimited quantity and it cannot come to end. So, we can define fuel as a material that can be made to react with other material so as to generate heat and energy required to perform work. Some characteristics of a good fuel. First, it should have a high calorific value. Calorific value is the amount of energy produced when 1 kilogram of fuel is burned. When we burn 1 kilogram of fuel, then the amount of energy produced by burning this 1 kilo of fuel is known as calorific value. And the unit of calorific value is kilojoule per kg. Second point is ignition temperature. The ignition temperature of good fuel should be easily achievable, but should be higher than the room temperature. Easily it can be achieved. And what is ignition temperature? The minimum temperature required for burning. The minimum temperature at which something starts burning is known as ignition temperature. It should be easily achieved by the fuels, but it must be higher than the room temperature. Third, it should not undergo explosion on burning. Its rates of combustion should be moderate. Fourth, it should be convenient to store, transport, and handle. It should be cheap and easily available, and it should not cause pollution on burning. The eco-friendly source of energy is wind energy, solar energy, and also LPG, which we use at our home. See here, hydrogen is the fuel which have highest calorific value, that is 150 kilojoule per gram. So it is used in rockets and spacecraft. Two types, as I explained there, that is exhaustible and inexhaustible. It can also be classified in two categories, that is renewable and non-renewable natural resource. First, the renewable resource. The resource which are present in large amount, in abundant in nature, and it can be renewed, replenished, recycled, or reused. That means it cannot become to an end easily. It is present in large amount. And so renewable natural resources are inexhaustible resource. Second is non-renewable natural resource. The natural resource which are present in limited amount in nature is known as non-renewable. And so it is exhaustible resource. That means it will come to an end because it is present in limited amount. So it will come to an end. They cannot be replenished continuously, hence it can be exhausted. For example, the fossil fuels which are formed from the decomposition of plants and animals and which are buried under the earth due to anaerobic condition and geological changes that occurred million of years ago. The formation of coal and petroleum and natural gas also is done by this method only. And they are called non-renewable resources because they take million of years to be formed. Coal, petroleum, and natural gas. These are some examples of renewable energy and non-renewable energy. Renewable energy, wind, water, solar energy, biomass, all these are renewable energy. And non-renewable energy, coal, petroleum, that means in the form of oil, natural gas, nuclear energy, all these in the are non-renewable energy. That means it can get exhausted easily if we use in large amount. So we have to be careful while using the non-renewable energy.